Welcome to Exposing Myself Part 2. No, that's for 2. All right. So, what can I expose about myself? I'm perfect. Of course not. I can tell you, you can't really rely on me. And I tell you why. That is very simple to me to explain. When I started with the whole, let's call it ascension process. I'm not one who likes to put a label on things, but for better understanding for the community or whoever is watching this, let's call it ascension. So I'm getting more and more in alignment with my higher aspects, which makes me very transparent to subtle energies. So my field is interacting in a huge way with other fields, and it takes quite a while for me, because I'm so sensitive about it, to recalibrate myself. So if we make an appointment, and I just had an appointment beforehand where I, just for as an example, had an Akashic reading with somebody, which was very interesting, very exciting, but I need to touch down again. I need to recalibrate myself again, which takes a little bit longer because my field is so wide. You know, it's so immensely wide that I really need to make sure that everything is back in balance. Because if I'm working with you, it doesn't make sense for me to neglect my energy. I want to help your energy. And energy work works like this. Somebody has a certain frequency, and the person with a different frequency, which is possibly lower, adapts to it. That's energy work. So the person with the higher frequency gives this vibration to the next person, which is receiving the energy and is calibrating onto it. That is energy work, nothing more or less. That's Reiki, that's whatever you want to call it. Healing with hands, quantum physics, that's it. So it doesn't make sense for me to have an appointment with somebody else if I'm not in my possible highest frequency I could be. And that makes me unreliable. Because then I need to take care of my own energy first. I need to make sure that my energy is running freely again, because I'm with the high frequency, have so much energy coming through that even the slightest bit of dysfunction or imbalance is having a huge impact. Just like if water is dropping into a glass, if there is a little bit, if the glass is for 1 second on the other side, that wouldn't make much difference. It's just one drop. But if you have a full-blown waterfall coming down and the glass is on the other side, that makes a huge difference. You would have a little sea around the around the glass if you just take it away from 1 second. So that is the best way I can describe it. So my field definitely needs more time to adjust to energies, and people with who are at the stage where I am are experiencing the same. So if it's something you feel familiar with, welcome to the club. So that means I'm often rescheduling my appointments, my spiritual appointments, not necessarily in the 3D physical world, but really in the sense of my spiritual appointments, like Reiki, like group settings, or etc., because it would be otherwise so draining for me to go into such an appointment without being in perfect alignment. And that makes me very unreliable. And I'm very sorry for all my customers who are experiencing reschedule after reschedule. But yeah, that is kind of the, let's call it downside to having more frequency. And everybody's talking about, oh, I want to be high frequency, but nobody's really aware of what it actually means to have this. And it's not always love and light. It's tough work. If I'm going into a session and I'm not in alignment and it kicks me more out of alignment, I'm afterwards really, I'm out of business for 1 week, because I need to recalibrate, and I have a physical life too. I'm a mom of a toddler, so my time to recalibrate is yeah, not that given as to somebody who might single without kids, you know. So yeah, happy to show my flaws. Stay tuned for part